The bold and the beautiful spoilers reveal that a dramatic chain of events is about to unfold, turning the lives of the characters upside down. The focus of the story this time revolves around Beth, Hope and Liam's adorable daughter, who is facing a serious health crisis and intense family conflicts. Finn, a dedicated doctor at the hospital, has just received an emergency case involving Beth. She has been diagnosed with leukemia, a dangerous disease that can be life-threatening if not treated promptly. Sadly, this condition has been going on for a while without anyone in the family realizing it, because both Hope and Liam are too absorbed in their own lives. Hope, an aspiring fashion designer, has devoted all her time and energy to reviving her new fashion line. This work is not only a passion, but also a way for her to prove herself after a series of personal failures, while Liam is bogged down in his emotional troubles. After his plan to reunite with Hope failed, he turned to find a new relationship, ignoring his responsibilities to his family. Both of their indifference to Beth led to heartbreaking consequences. Everything changed when Liam unexpectedly returned home and found Beth in a coma. In the face of the urgent situation, Liam immediately took his daughter to the hospital. This was the moment he realized that his wrong decisions had put Beth in danger. Guilt flooded his mind, but that did not reduce Hope's anger when she arrived at the hospital. Hope immediately blamed Liam for not taking good care of her daughter, forgetting that she had also neglected Beth for a long time. At the hospital, the doctors quickly came up with a treatment plan for Beth, requiring an emergency bone marrow transplant to save her life. Upon hearing the news, Liam did not hesitate to volunteer to donate bone marrow to his daughter. This was an act of deep love from a father, even though he was facing criticism from Hope. However, Liam's health condition does not allow him to perform the bone marrow donation. This puts all hope on Hope, a conflicted but loving mother. Hope faces her greatest fear when entering the operating room, which is not only the physical pain, but also the torment of neglecting Beth. In the moment of life and death, Hope rediscovers the true meaning of maternal love. She realizes that career or ambition cannot be more important than her daughter. This event is not only a fight for Beth's survival, but also a great lesson for Hope and Liam. They are forced to look back at their mistakes and priorities and face the reality that family is irreplaceable. Can they overcome this challenge and heal the cracks in their relationship? Or will this be the end of their hope of reuniting? As Liam waits outside the operating room, his anxiety and guilt over Beth's critical condition push him to the limit. At this moment, Carter appeared at the hospital after hearing the news about Hope and Beth. Carter's appearance only made Liam's mood worse. Liam quickly criticized Carter, saying that Carter's relationship with Hope was the reason Hope neglected to take care of her daughter. Liam did not hesitate to accuse Carter of taking up too much of Hope's time. According to Liam, Hope spending all day with Carter made her unable to realize Beth's deteriorating health. The stress and pain of loss turned into anger, and in a moment Liam and Carter rushed into a fight right in front of the operating room. Neither of them could control their emotions, and their anger quickly escalated. Carter, who was originally a calm man, also lost control in the face of Liam's accusations. Liam's blow made Carter furious, and in that moment it seemed that Carter was willing to do anything to silence Liam forever. Fortunately, doctors intervened and pulled the two apart before things got too far. However, the conflict had serious consequences, not only physically but also in the already strained relationship between Liam and Carter. Liam's accusations not only hurt Carter, but also put more strain on their relationship. Meanwhile, Hope and Beth's surgery was risky. Despite the doctor's warnings about the potential dangers, Hope decided to sacrifice herself to save her daughter. This was an act of boundless motherly love, but it was also a decision that led to tragedy. Beth was saved after a bone marrow transplant, but what no one expected was that Hope suffered serious complications. After a successful bone marrow donation, she suffered a severe hemorrhage and fell into critical condition. Despite the doctor's best efforts, they could not save Hope's life. Her death not only left Liam and Beth with deep pain, but also caused major changes in the relationships between the characters. Hope's death would become a lifelong obsession for Liam. Not only did he lose his ex-wife, but he also had to face the guilt of his own mistakes that contributed to Hope's dangerous situation. Liam once criticized Hope for neglecting Beth, but now he realizes that he himself failed in his responsibility as a father. The image of Hope sacrificing her life to save her daughter will haunt Liam forever, causing him to question whether he deserves Beth's forgiveness. Liam now not only loses Hope, but also has to live with the burden she left behind, while Liam is surrounded by pain and guilt. Carter becomes an unpredictable factor. He loved Hope deeply, and her death is not only a loss, but also the biggest mental shock to Carter. His anger towards Liam grows, and the question is whether Carter can overcome this pain, or will it be drawn into darkness? Will Carter take revenge on Liam for thinking that he was the indirect cause of Hope's death? Or will he try to overcome his grief and become a spiritual support for Beth, who is also losing her mother? Hope's death is not only a personal tragedy, but also raises many larger issues about the relationships between the characters. How will Liam face the future when he has to take care of Beth while living with the obsession? Can Carter forgive and move on, or will he be overwhelmed by hatred? And most of all, how will Beth grow up knowing that her mother sacrificed everything to save her? The next developments of The Bold and the Beautiful promise to continue to deeply explore conflicts, love, and loss, bringing the audience an emotional and unforgettable story. A new power struggle is brewing at Forrester Creations, centered on Ridge and Carter. Two talented men with completely different goals and ambitions are preparing to face off in a ruthless competition. Ridge, one of the core figures of Forrester Creations, is waiting for the perfect moment to regain control of the company. With his sharpness and extensive experience, Ridge understands that true power lies not only in design talent, but also in management and strategic decision-making. However, the leadership position is currently not in his hands, but in Carter, a rival who Ridge believes is not capable of leading the company through the storm. Ridge never expected the company he has poured his heart and soul into to collapse, but now he secretly hopes for the prospect of Carter failing miserably. Ridge believes that this not only proves his point, but also paves the way for him to regain his position at Forrester Creations. The company's demise under Carter's hands was inevitable according to Ridge, because he believes that Carter lacks the ability to run a large enterprise like Forrester. On the other side, Carter is facing unprecedented pressure. Despite being a talented and trustworthy lawyer, taking on a leadership role at Forrester Creations is a completely new challenge. Carter knows that there are many people, including Ridge, waiting for him to fail. But instead of being crushed by the pressure, Carter sees this as an opportunity to prove himself. Carter not only focuses on running the company, but also begins to come up with bold ideas to grow Forrester Creations. His decisions, although sometimes controversial, show the determination and vision of a leader. But will that be enough to convince the shareholders and the design team? Or will he be drawn into the mistakes that lead to the downfall that Ridge is expecting? Ridge is not just a bystander. He is constantly gathering information and waiting for any sign that Carter is making a mistake. Ridge believes that if just one major failure occurs, Carter will have no choice but to step down and cede control of the company. This is a carefully calculated plan that Ridge believes is on his side, and he believes that time is on his side. However, this plan is not entirely certain. If Carter can overcome the challenges and make Forrester Creations stronger, Ridge will have to face the disappointing reality that Carter is not only competent, but also a real threat to the position he once held. Ridge's wait is not without risk. As he focuses on Carter, the company may face major changes in the fashion market, competitors, and internal conflicts. Ridge may be underestimating Carter, but he also understands that one small mistake could cause everything to collapse. Carter, on the other hand, is trying not only to protect his position, but also to build a legacy at Forrester Creations. Can he overcome the doubts and pressures to make the company thrive, or will Ridge succeed in his plan to regain control? The battle between Ridge and Carter is not only about power, but also about beliefs and differences in how they see the future of Forrester Creations. Ridge represents tradition and stability, while Carter represents innovation and challenge. The question is whether Forrester Creations can withstand this conflict, or will the company be dragged into the spiral of collapse that Ridge secretly expects?
Oh.